I take way too much space in my studio. Oh. Gotcha, baby. She's finally here, guys.
It's Jaunti, boy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jaunti. Welcome back to the channel. I'm finally back with a new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about reverb as promised. And also, the last video that I uploaded about compression, it's doing pretty well. And thanks to those who has recently subscribed, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. We're almost close to 600 subscribers. For those who hasn't recently subscribed, please consider subscribing. Also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of new videos when I upload them. And also give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button for your boy. I would really appreciate it. It will help this channel out a lot. Yeah, like I said before, we're going to be talking about reverb. I'll show you guys how to get the perfect time for reverbs so you can blend it in with the beat itself. But before we do that, you know I got to do another unboxing for your boy. I did mention in my last video where I got 3 pops from Black Panther, the R series pops. It's supposed to be 4 of them, but I only have 3. M'Baku, Shuri, and Black Panther. And this should be Nakia. So let's see if this is she. They rhyme. Bars. Okay. And what do you know? Nakia. That makes 4. I got all 4. Thank God. Now these bad boys are like $25 a piece. Everywhere I went online, people want 30, 40. Someone was even selling them for 50. Altogether, someone wanted like 125 to 150. But they're like $25 a pop. But yeah, I got this for $27 from Walmart with free shipping. And she came 2 days after I uploaded that other video when I told you that I couldn't find her any elsewhere. So she's finally here. She's part of the collection. Well, let's stop talking about pops and get into this video, shall we? Okay, you're probably wondering, like I did in the last video, what's reverb? Well, reverb adds space and depth to your vocals if you use it the right way, the proper way. Because there are times that I had some rappers that I work with, and they always ask me, I don't hear any reverb. They expect to hear the reverb a lot more, but I always tell them I don't add too much while I'm mixing, because once you master it, it starts to stand out more. So adding reverb is like adding echo to your voice. You're adding a certain type of sound that actually hits a harsh surface and it reflects back to the listener. You can add a lot as you want. You can add as less as you want. The point is, you want your vocals to sound completely timeless. You want it to sound complete. Because when I say that you don't want your vocals to sound lifeless, they sound very artificial. So if you don't add any reverb, it sounds like as if someone's just like right in front of your face. Like, it doesn't sound realistic, natural. Anywho, we're going to be talking about the different parameters for reverb, like diffusion, pre-delay, dry, wet, the density, the length, the high cut, the low cut. There are different types of reverbs that have different parameters under different names. Like for FL filter, waves, even the stock plugins that come with Pro Tools, There are all types of reverb plugins that you can use for your own benefit. But like I said, just because of what I'm using doesn't necessarily mean that you should use it. You do your research first and you find out which one that you particularly like. Stick with it, learn it, and master the skill. So as for reverb, let's get into it. Alright guys, now this is the plugin that I use for my reverbs. You know, I don't use it all the time, but you could use any reverb plugin that does completely the same thing. It's based on how you use it, based on whatever your preferences are. Not every plugin has to have the exact same settings, because best believe every plugin doesn't function exactly the same as the last or the next. So as for this one, we're going to be using this one called RVerb by Waves. This is my to-go-to plugin as for reverb for the lead vocal track. This is how it sounds without reverb.
Gino got a thing for purchasing purchase, I say. Bobby got a thing for purchasing purchase, I say.
It doesn't sound too bad, but it's lacking space and depth. It sounds completely lifeless. So if you add reverb, take it off a bypass, listen.
Gino got a thing for purchasing purchase, I say. Bobby got a thing for purchasing purchase, I say.
That's reverb, but it sounds completely off because it sounds like that's too much. So when you add too much reverb, it sounds spacey, like you're everywhere. You're in one small room, but once you speak, your voice echoes throughout the whole entire property. You definitely don't want to do that. So you're probably wondering, how can I find the right settings for the vocals? So okay, now as you can see, this plugin has a lot of parameters. So don't let that discourage you. Just take your sweet time, start from scratch. There are a lot of presets with this plugin that can actually help you if you don't like capturing your own settings for yourself. Me, I like to capture my own settings. As for I want everything to be exactly how it's supposed to be. Okay, as you can see right here, the tempo is 147 beats per minute. You take that and you ask yourself, how can I find the right settings for reverb? Get any reverb plugin that you can get, and you want to focus on the pre-delay and the time. Now, other plugins might have a different title under time. So you do your research and find out exactly what those parameters actually do. So as for time, you want to focus on time. Now you take the BPM and you ask yourself, how can I do this? Like I said before, you got to figure out how to get the right time and the right pre-delay so it can fit accurately with the beat itself. You think about time. 1 minute. How many milliseconds are in 1 minute? 60,000. Okay guys, this is my calculator. Now you take 60,000 divided by 147, which is the BPM. So take 60,000 divided by the BPM and what it would give you. 408. Now you take 408, add a decimal between the first two numbers, which is 4.0. That could be your time. So once you put 4 milliseconds as your time, listen to it.
Gino got a thing for purchasing purchase, I say.
That means that the reverb will last about 4 milliseconds. But you'll hear it as soon as the artist starts to speak. So you really don't want to do that. You might want to make it a little bit more natural. Let the reverb come after he speaks, just by a few milliseconds. What do? You cut your time in half. Yeah, so you take this, divide it by 2. That would be your pre-delay. 2 seconds, 2.04. And go back to your pre-delay, add 2.0. And play it back.
Gino got a thing for purchasing purchase, I say. Bobby got a thing for purchasing purchase, I say.
Yeah, so as for diffusion, you can make the reverb sound a little bit more smooth. If you have more of an aggressive sound from your vocals, you can make the reverb sound a little bit more thick. As for R&B artists, you can make it sound a little bit more warm. And that's pretty much what diffusion does. It's almost the same as density, where it controls the scattering of the reflections of the reverb. It makes it sound a little bit more interesting. But me, I don't leave it at 100. I leave it all the way at 0. You want to hear the difference?
Gino got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. Bobby got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing just for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing for popping these perkins, I'm pretty.
So I leave it at 0 because I don't do that much with reverb. I do add a little bit during the mixing stage, and then once you master it, it starts to jump out. You start to hear it a lot more clearly. So you really want to be careful, because I'm using the reverb as a send. I'm not using it as an insert. I have artists that send me their music and they leave reverbs as inserts, because it's going to be adding reverb at all times. It's going to add too much. That's why I always recommend using it as a send. But I'll mention that in another video about inserts versus sends. So I'll leave it at 0, and I don't worry about the other stuff. I worry about the wet and dry. Pretty much, it's letting you know how much you want the reverb to mix in with your vocals. So check it out.
Gino got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. Bobby got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing just for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing for popping these perkins, I'm pretty.
Sometimes I might leave that at 100%. Sometimes I might add it at 50. It depends on how I feel, based on the type of music you're working on, the artist itself or the track itself. If it sounds like a deep track, I might leave it at 100. If it sounds like a hard and aggressive type of beat, I might leave it at 50. Or if it's a cappella, I might leave it at 15 or 20%, because you want your vocals to sound natural as possible. So in this case, I might leave it at 100. There are gains, frequencies, decoloration, the ratio and frequency. Some reverbs have their own EQs in there. Some might even have their own compressors. So as for this one, it has its own EQ. You might want to EQ out, like remove some of the rumble inside the reverb. I might snap a EQ before the reverb. Sometimes I might throw in a compressor right after the reverb. You also want to clean up the reverb. You just don't want to leave it the way it is, based on your preferences, based on your taste for the track itself. This is the send that's connected to the reverb. I'm busing from the auxiliary track into the vocal track, where I'm telling the vocal to use this certain amount of reverb to the vocals. So now I had it at 100%. This is 100%. And once I drop it down,
Gino got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. Bobby got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing just for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing for popping these perkins, I'm pretty.
And now you wonder, okay, how exactly can I blend that in with the beat? Well, instead of doing it a cappella, listen to the beat and the vocals at the exact same time, and then try to take out how much reverb you want to leave in.
Gino got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. Bobby got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing just for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing for popping these perkins, I'm pretty.
Doesn't sound too bad, right?
Gino got a thing for purchasing purses, I say.
Now, not every rap track uses the exact same settings. So like I said, some artists prefer a lot more reverbs, others might want a lot less. But I always recommend using a little bit of reverb, because like I said, you don't want your vocals too dry. And also be careful with the amount of reverb you use, because remember, once you get it mastered, everything is going to start to jump out. You add too much reverb, it's going to sound way too spacey. If you don't add enough reverb, it might sound too dry. And that's basically it. You know, I mean, reverb is pretty easy to use.
Gino got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. Bobby got a thing for purchasing purses, I say. I got a thing just for purchasing purses, I say.
What did you guys think of this video? You think was it helpful for you? If so, let me know in the comment section below. But as for reverb, you always want to use reverb to give your vocals space and depth, so it can sound natural as possible. Trust me, do a little bit more research on it. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Like I said, if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Once again, it's your boy Jaunti. I'm signing off. You guys have a blessed one. I love you. God loves you more. Stay blessed and peace out.